This is not intended to be an exhaustive review and comparison between Thread and Z-Wave technologies. This is my point of view as a home automation enthusiast who happens to be also a gardening enthusiast. Probably people who are into homesteading could also find this point of view of interest. Thread was designed to replace these three technologies as the communication protocol for connected devices in the home automation segment. Wi-Fi was initially designed as a networking protocol, and Bluetooth Low Energy has not been very popular for home automation. As for Zigbee, most of what it can do, Thread simply does it better when combined with an application layer like Matter. More on this maybe in another video. At the present time, selecting Zigbee over Thread can still make sense, given the lower prices and wider availability of Zigbee devices compared to Thread devices. However, as the Thread market matures, opting for Zigbee could be more and more difficult to justify. Also, Wi-Fi, Zigbee, and Bluetooth all mainly operate in a frequency band above 1 GHz, notably the 2.4 GHz band, which is another reason why they have not been included in this comparison. Thread also operates in the 2.4 GHz band. Radio frequencies is to home automation communication protocols what interest rates are to mortgages. The better you understand communication frequencies, the more your technology choices will be educated. In a nutshell, the lower the frequency, the farther the communication can travel and pass through obstacles like walls. Z-Wave operates in the 900 MHz band, while Thread operates in the 2.4 GHz band. As a result, Z-Wave has a wider coverage than Thread. It is not uncommon to see Z-Wave devices with a range above 100 meters, while some Thread devices can have a range as low as 10 meters. So Z-Wave is a better choice for a gardener with outdoor connected devices in the garden or greenhouse, or for the homesteader. This disadvantage can be compensated by carefully designing and placing the Thread devices in the mesh network to cover the desired range, depending on the LAN configuration. However, a working Thread configuration can stop working depending on the weather. For example, a Thread sensor in a greenhouse can work during the summertime and stop working in the wintertime when the greenhouse is covered by a thick layer of snow. The flip side is that a lower frequency will be more limited in terms of the volume of data it can carry for the same period compared to a higher frequency. Do not expect to find a good Z-Wave camera that can stream 1080p videos at 30 frames per second to monitor deer at the fence of your 5-acre property. For wildlife surveillance, with Z-Wave, motion and vibration detection could be an alternative. Thread operates in the 2.4 GHz band, which is also the band used by wireless networking equipment, such as a Wi-Fi modem or router. For this reason, Thread devices are more prone to interference, especially in an urban or suburban setting. Interference should be less of a concern for a house or homestead outside of the city. Interference could also be a problem with Z-Wave to a lesser extent, as the interference occurs mostly with cordless phones. Users who had both Z-Wave and Zigbee devices have often indicated that their Z-Wave network was more stable than the Zigbee network, notably due to interference in the 2.4 GHz band. For the average user, Thread might be easier to set up than Z-Wave. The sponsors behind Thread include top brands like Apple, Google, and Amazon, which are known to be highly consumer-oriented. If you do not want to spend some time on setting up a customized hub with Home Assistant or OpenHub, then probably Thread would be a better choice for you than Z-Wave. Arguably, Z-Wave is more geared towards people who are ready to trade some ease of use for a higher level of customization and control. If you enjoyed this video so far, please give me a thumbs up now. Ease of use often comes with lack of control. For example, many Wi-Fi based connected devices require an internet connection. The average users of Wi-Fi based connected devices do not monitor the information transmitted by the equipment to the cloud, and they often trust that their personal data is properly managed by the manufacturer of the equipment or the third-party service providers. While an internet connection is not a requirement for Thread, a Thread device can be viewed as a microcomputer with its own IP address. Will manufacturers of Thread devices resist the temptation to require an internet connection from their customers, or will they follow the Wi-Fi route? In the age of artificial intelligence, new AI algorithms are becoming commodities at an accelerating pace. Companies have long understood that the true goal in the AI race isn't the data that feed the AI algorithms. If privacy ranks high on your home automation requirements, then Z-Wave will probably remain the better choice. Thread is often marketed as a network with no single point of failure. By contrast, a Z-Wave network can require a central hub. However, it should be noted that a mesh Z-Wave network also has self-heal functionalities in case one of the Z-Wave devices fails. Also, Thread is destined to work with an application layer like Matter. If a Matter network only has one Matter controller and the Matter controller fails, the overall network also fails, even if the Thread subnetwork still functions. It is difficult to assess which technology is more secure than the other. It can be argued that Matter over Thread introduces more complexity by allowing different technology ecosystems like Thread and Wi-Fi to talk to each other. More complexity could increase the number of ways a network can be attacked. If one of the IP-enabled devices in a Thread network requires an internet connection, this could also increase the risk profile of the Thread network. With the fierce competition between Zigbee and Z-Wave, Z-Wave prices have become more competitive. It is today not uncommon to find Z-Wave products that are cheaper than their Zigbee competition or with more features. Thread being an open standard, competition between manufacturers should drive prices lower. Also, the sponsors behind Thread have very strong pricing power. Their understanding of value goes beyond what they can charge for the devices they make. They can extract value from the data of their customers and from cross-selling potential with other services. A typical example is Sony selling the PlayStation at a loss in order to sell more games. With so many heavyweights behind it, there is little doubt that Thread would be a success story. The story for Z-Wave is maybe less rosy. Z-Wave was acquired by Silicon Labs in 2018 after the company launched Thread in 2015. Silicon Labs executives sit on the board of the Thread group, including their ecosystem development manager. It is difficult to assess where Z-Wave stands relative to Thread in Silicon Labs' portfolio of technologies. This has Silicon Labs let go the director of alliance strategies in the last round of layoffs, with no intention to replace his role as executive director of the Z-Wave Alliance. The official reason behind the layoffs was worsening market conditions. Looking at their financial statement, indeed, net income had fallen by almost 50% from 2022 to 2023 in the third quarter. The Z-Wave Alliance also jacked up their membership fees. Manufacturers of Z-Wave devices might pass on the increase to consumers with higher prices. All is not doom and gloom, however. The Z-Wave Alliance has finally added a second chip manufacturer in 2023 after opening the Z-Wave source code in 2022. Could this move help induce more competition and result in lower prices for the consumers? The new chip manufacturer, Trident IoT, seems to be a startup company that launched in 2023. They recently raised $10 million in their last round of funding in 2024. Given the recent financial performance of Silicon Labs, more competition is not what the company needs. So, even with a new small chip manufacturer in the lineup, you should not hold your breath for lower Z-Wave prices. Most promising has been the launch of Z-Wave Long Range, with range of up to 1.5 miles for some of the latest products. This evolution makes Z-Wave the clear superior technology in specific use cases, like homesteading on large land lots, or even commercial farming. For example, with a direct line of sight assumption, theoretically a Z-Wave long-range central hub, placed in the middle of a square-shaped land lot, could manage almost 3,000 acres. With this kind of range, the mesh network has been replaced with a star topology. With a star topology, the argument about single point of failure in the threat camp becomes more relevant. The people at the Z-Wave Alliance did not forget their existing customer base with backward compatibility. A Z-Wave long-range device can be integrated into an existing Z-Wave standard network and will provide standard coverage. Hey, if you found this video interesting or useful, please like and subscribe.